Hello, welcome back to 5-Minute Review. At the end of the previous episode, during an internal meeting of the Star Luo Empire army, Huo Yuhao proposed a bold plan to scout the enemy's base in the Ming Dou Mountain Range. As long as a single titled Douluo could take him flying at an altitude of 5,000 meters, the mission could be accomplished. Hearing this, the White Tiger Duke and Transcendent Douluo Dalu were doubtful. But once Huo Yuhao unleashed his spiritual detection sharing, everyone was completely convinced. Princess Shu Juju immediately suggested rewarding him for the idea, but instead of asking for treasures, Huo Yuhao requested to accumulate military merit in order to rise in rank and nobility. This demand left everyone astonished, for with his status as the honorary pavilion master of the Spirit Transmission Tower and a member of the Sea Gods Pavilion of Shrek Academy, there was no need for him to do so. Seeing their surprise, Huo Yuhao explained that he had always held a general's dream since childhood. He wanted to become a commander, a marshal, standing shoulder to shoulder with the White Tiger Duke Dai Hao. Moreover, he emphasized that he was acting solely in a personal capacity, not representing any organization. At that moment, his gaze fell on the White Tiger Duke, as if concealing a deeper meaning. Naturally, both Princess Shu Juju and the White Tiger Duke quickly agreed, promising him the position of division commander and the noble title of Viscount if he succeeded in this mission. After the meeting, Huo Yuhao returned to his tent. Though outwardly calm, his heart was filled with countless thoughts. For that reason, he went to see Tang Wutong to express his feelings. However, she reacted with some caution, so he suggested they try a fusion of their spirit power. Seeing his hopeful look, Tang Wutong reluctantly agreed. Inside the tent, Huo Yuhao nervously held her hand, pouring his soul power into her, hoping to sense the familiar power of the Haodong force. But nothing happened. Her spirit power carried a noble aura entirely different, not only failing to merge, but even repelling his. At that moment, Huo Yuhao was utterly disappointed. He staggered out of the tent like a lifeless shell. Watching his lonely back, Tang Wutong suddenly felt a pang of emptiness, not knowing why she herself felt heartache at the sight. The next morning, Huo Yuhao appeared strangely calm, but his eyes were hollow, devoid of warmth. Seeing his cold, distant demeanor, Tang Wutong grew restless. Then Sanshi and Jiang Nannan told her about the tragic love story between Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong'er, explaining that their spirit powers had once fused completely. That was why he was devastated when he failed to merge with her. Hearing this, Tang Wutong felt her heart stir. In the next meeting, Huo Yuhao proposed yet another bold decision: to scout the mountain peak where the enemy had placed the Death God's Soul Engineer array, the ultimate weapon of the Sun-Moon Empire, which had already caused the deaths of 2,000 Star Luo Soul Masters. Although it was the most dangerous place, he firmly believed that the most dangerous place is the safest place, and with his immense spiritual detection, he had an 80% chance of survival. The White Tiger Duke initially objected fiercely, but in the end, he was moved by Huo Yuhao's determination and strength. He promised to grant him the position of division commander and the title of Viscount if he returned safely. The Duke then asked where he came from. Huo Yuhao honestly replied, "A small village near Star Luo City." Yet, in his heart, a thought flared: "I will surpass you, becoming an even greater hero. One day, I will return proudly to the White Tiger Duke's mansion to reclaim everything my mother deserved." Once the plan was finalized, Huo Yuhao walked out of the command tent, raising his eyes to the clear blue sky. A faint smile touched his lips, yet his eyes shone with grim resolve. At that moment, Tang Wutong happened to step out of her tent and caught that scene. She couldn't help but wonder why his smile carried such tragic grandeur. Was he planning something reckless? Back in his tent, Huo Yuhao tried to calm himself. Outwardly, he still appeared composed, but inside his heart was in turmoil. After realizing that Tang Wutong's spirit power could not fuse with his last glimmer of hope for finding Wang Dong'er was extinguished. He felt utterly trapped and alone. His mind wandered back to all the sacrifices he had endured seeking the lovesick, heartbroken Scarlet for Dong'er, the sacrifice of Wang Dong'er, and the mysterious disappearance of Dong'er. These repeated tragedies had exhausted his spirit. In truth, his determination to scout the Death God array was partly born of despair. He almost no longer cared about his own life. He even thought that if he died, it would be a kind of release and perhaps even a subtle revenge against the White Tiger Duke, who had personally sent his son into a battlefield of no return. As for Dong'er, the one who had forgotten him, maybe his disappearance would give her a chance at a new beginning. Such dark thoughts consumed Huo Yuhao's mind, and he had already prepared himself for the worst. Not long after the White Tiger Duke assembled the army, his voice booming, "All forces act according to the plan, advance." And with that, episode 121 of Unrivaled Tang Sect comes to an end. See you again in the next videos.